feel that the government is doing things for you? You feel like the government is helping you out and doing things for you and has your best interest at hand?
That's why I'm gonna vote, because I believe.
But have you ever felt like that?
Who's to say what happens when you go pull a lever and they say, oh yeah, we counted the votes and there's this and
who knows what goes on, man?
I know, but when
you
okay,
have nothing. Hey,
Chief, you have nothing to do with any of it. Any of it. There's some cats that run this thing. And a lot of people gonna say, oh, he's crazy and rock the vote and all that. There are a bunch of cats that run this planet, and they just wait on the higher power to handle things. I mean, read your Bible.
Peace and blessings, my melanated people, God's people. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And even though we're in pain, we out here loving, living, and enjoying life. I wanted to discuss that clip with you. Soon it'll be time to vote. Countdown has begun. Not many days till time to vote. A lot of times we don't pay attention when the people who have access to the information, the people who have been at these secret society dinner parties, and the people who have had these conversations with those in the know. And they drop little tidbits and we don't pay him any attention. He said it himself. Oh, you're going to say I'm crazy, whatever. Rock the vote. Remember who started that? And what kind of trouble he's in now? Okay. I'm just saying. He was absolutely 100% right. There are people out there, the powers that were, that control every aspect of this world that we live in. That's why I call it the Matrix, because they're in charge and they control. Let's take your average politician. He may start out with good intentions. He's going to fight homelessness. He's going to work on the deficit, the economy. He's going to make it so average Joe can live a little bit better. Well, do you think, how long do you think he's going to be in office, or she's going to be in office? One term, maybe two, but more than likely one term, in and out. They will not be reelected again if they put up too much fuss. And when they get in, they're going to be somebody's going to sit down, an older head, somebody like Pelosi, or the lady from California, the Democratic, can't think of her name right now. But, somebody like that's going to bring them in, sit them down, and tell them you got to play again. Even Bernie might be the one to bring them in, sit them down, a little less offensive, and talk to them and tell them, hey, you can get X, Y, and Z done here, but you can't go this far. We just got to get done what we can get done. And either they can comply with that or they cannot be reelected. It's just that simple, people. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do. But over the past couple of years, I've been saying that if you really want power within these parties, black people particularly need to sit out an election and just show them, because they both want our votes. The Democrats more than the Republicans probably, but they both want our votes. Sit out. If you don't feel like sitting out, then why you got to vote for Kamala or Trump? It's Cornel West, write-in candidate, whatever. I mean, it don't matter. But voting is a useless tool. It does no good. It has never done any good. Back when I first started on this about 3 years ago, I had friends and associates telling me that, well, we get federal judges. People would come on my page and jump on me, tell me how stupid I am. We get federal. Then we start, I don't hear nothing from those people when we started hearing about all these leaked tapes of these so-called federally appointed liberal Democratic judges making racial statements. There was one lady, I think she was I can't remember where she was, but she was a judge and having a dinner party, and somebody leaked the tape of her, using the N-word and talking about black people like a dog. So no, you don't get anything with voting. The whole scenario is explained in by Iceberg Slim in his book and in the movie about the biracial guy that came. Man, you can see I'm in a lot of pain. I'm trying to think. I told you when I get that way, sometimes I can't think. But anyway, there's a scene in that movie, and they explain it all. Democrats, liberals, conservatives, they're all the same. And Malcolm X told you that conservatives and liberals just have a different way of doing things. That's all. It is nothing going on. So, everybody, when these stars come out and say these things, we blow them off. Now, you look at what happened to Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy made that statement. And then, I think a few years later, he had an Oscar presentation to do. And he made another statement about some things that he probably shouldn't have said. But he took the chance, he took the risk to try to enlighten you and bring you knowledge as to how things really operate. But when these stars do these things, there's a risk. Several years later, he's pulled over, accused of being with a transvestite. Now that kind of blows off and goes away, and he still makes a few more movies and things, and he's still a prominent actor and still a prominent comedian. But you hadn't heard him say anything pretty much since the 90s. So they give him a choice: shut up and stop doing this, or we're gonna, Cat Williams told you, they stung him so many times till he just, said, what the hell? He gonna leave them alone about talking about that stuff. They will come after you if you are a star. But these stars take a big risk when they even drop little tidbits like that, like Michael Jackson dropping tidbits, and Prince dropped plenty of tidbits in interviews. They take a chance. And I can see why some celebrities say there's no need of taking that chance. I'm hard on Steve Harvey, but, why bother? Because you're not going to pay attention. So I just wanted to provide that little clip for you with voting coming up. You do what you think is right and what you feel is right. But if you research it, study it, look at it, voting is totally and absolutely useless. All right, my melanated people, that's all I have for you. Be blessed. Touch feet to soil. Take in plenty of sunlight. And most of all, love your melanated self.